Ooh, I think I'm live. All right, hello everybody. Oh yeah, look, I just got a notification on my phone saying watch live now, BookTubeAthon Day 3 live show. That's a pretty cool notification to get. So I currently have 0 viewers. So I'm going to tweet out this link. I don't think this is the right link to tweet. I'll click this link. Ooh, it says there's 11 likes. Ooh, it's begun. I see your comments. Yes, okay. This is every single live show in the history of the world has this problem, okay? It's always gonna be this. The first few minutes of a live show are a bit of a mess. Everybody's trying to figure it out. So I'm gonna tweet this out. I'm live now. Or let's say we're live now. We're live now. Come hang out for an hour of reading fun. There's the link. Tweet the link. Awesome. All right. So basically, got a little email there. So I need to mute it so that we won't keep getting interrupted by emails and text messages. All right. So hey everyone. Oh, it says we have 195 viewers. Well, from 0 to 100 in no time at all. What has it been? It's been 2 minutes. Well, that's good. 208 viewers. All right, we're just skyrocketing. So welcome to my room. You will be associated with this room if you've been watching my update videos. Nothing new here. Shelf over there, bed down there, me right here. And I thought that today we would just do a live show stream because that would be fun. So is there a way for me to see your comments? There is a way. I haven't done a live show in a very long time. So, I just clicked something weird. I'm still here, okay. I think there's comments down here on the YouTube page. We've got the comments. I can see you guys. You're saying hi. You're saying good idea. You're saying, hey, fam. It's off a little. Yes, it is. There's a bit of a lag. I'm a little bit ahead of the actual time, I think. From the great state of Texas. Whew. You can tell me where you're from if you want. Should be reading my book, not watching. Yeah, you see, this was a controversial decision I made because I was thinking, okay, should I make a live show, which is really fun. I'm hoping this is going to be fun. It's an experiment. We've never done it with the BookTubeAthon before. Should I do a live show? It should be a good time. It'll be new. It'll be fun, exciting, a little break from reading. Or will that just not let us read? Because I'm not going to be reading today. I'm basically just going to be here hanging out for an hour. I'm going to be issuing little challenges. I'm going to be talking about the BookTubeAthon. I'm going to be answering your questions. So it's going to be a fun little hour we're going to have here. But if you want to keep reading, maybe this is not my greatest idea ever. So I'm going to go through. What I would really love is for you guys to leave me questions. It's easier if you tweet them to me, but I can also see what's going on in this little, you people are telling me where you're from. Latvia, Czech Republic, Wisconsin, Glasgow. That was a terrible accent. I don't know why I tried. Louisiana, New Jersey, Alabama, Mexico, the Netherlands, Tennessee, but originally from Egypt, Minnesota, Kansas City, Liverpool, England, Washington. I think it's interesting that in the States, people say their state instead of saying that they're from the US. You know what I mean? Like if you ask someone where they're from, they'll be like, oh, I'm from Louisiana, I'm from Missouri, I'm from New York. But they don't just say like from the US, usually. They'll tell me what's happening in the comments right now. They'll tell me what state they're from. Whereas in like other countries, you just say the country you're from. So if anyone ever asks me, where are you from? I don't say, oh, I'm from Ontario. I say I'm from Canada. But most of the time, Americans will tell me what state they're from, which I think is really cool because it's more specific. Maybe it's because, I don't know, I think the states are very like culturally known. We all kind of know where most of the main states are, including Maine, which is a state. We know where a lot of the states are, but I think not everyone knows where Ontario is or where none of it is. Anyway, completely irrelevant. So I think I've given enough time for people to be here. How many viewers do we have? We have 334 viewers. That's fantastic. I love it. So I'm going to get started. What I would love is questions. Send me some questions about the BookTubeAthon. Anything you want to know, any questions you have about my reading, about reading in general, send them to Twitter, send them in that little comments thing right on the, how you say, the little scrolly thing. What is it? Chat? The chat? Leave questions. That would be great. I'd love questions about strategy. I'd love questions about anything. And then every 10 minutes on the dot, I will be issuing a little challenge. And hopefully they're fun. I just wrote them down. I think they're going to be a good time. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to try and find your questions. How is your reading going? That is a perfect first question. I like that. That is from Jessie at A Chapter Ahead. Ooh, that's a cool name. Chapter Ahead. She's ahead of the game. Not good. Just in a short answer, it's not going great. I'm currently reading with Malice. I don't know why I started with this book. I'm a total mood reader. I think it's so interesting. I'm gonna go on a tangent because that's what live shows are for. So when I joined BookTube, I don't know, it's such a great community. It's a reading community. We're all readers. And I think that not danger, but a thing that happens is that we all think we're the same because we're all readers. But it's just not true. Everybody reads in such a different way. So ever since I've been a part of BookTube, to be read videos are like a huge thing. Everyone's always making to be read videos. What are they going to read each month? I can't make those. You will notice that there aren't those on my channel because I'm terrible at sticking to them. Because at the beginning of every month, I feel like reading everything. I'm excited about 11 things, and then I end up not reading any of those and reading something completely different. I'm a complete mood reader. I just feel the mood and I pick up what I'm feeling. So that's why even with my BookTubeAthon to be read, it's kind of dicey. I'm always like, ooh, do I want to read these? I really have to be sure. So anyway, I don't know why I started with this one, but I was just kind of in the mood for some quick YA, fast plot. And I am really liking it, but as I've mentioned in both of my update videos so far, this book is stressing me out so much. I don't know what it is. It might be that I've just not read a young adult thriller in a while, and so I'm like especially susceptible to this current like anxiety that's like hardcore happening. But it's stressing me out so much. It's about a girl who wakes up in a hospital and she doesn't remember what happened, and then she finds out she was in a car crash, and she's like, oh my gosh, I don't even remember that. And then she finds out that she was when she finds this out, she says to her parents, please, I've been planning this trip to Italy for so long. Tell me I'm still going to be able to go. And they say, honey, this car accident happened while you were in Italy. She doesn't remember the last 6 weeks. She doesn't remember going to Italy. She doesn't remember the car crash. And then she finds out that her best friend died in this car crash. And suddenly it's kind of a murder case. People think that she did it on purpose, that she killed her friend. And I'm just seeing it as a true story. I'm seeing it as this girl who's about to lose everything she's ever loved. She's gonna go to jail in Italy, and it's stressing me out. It is stressing me out. But today I've not read very much. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I know the BookTubeAthon, I have so much help from a lot of people running the sprints, which is really helpful. But everything else I do on my own. So I'm constantly doing a lot of stuff for the BookTubeAthon, and it makes me very tired. I stay up till 3 a.m. every single day, and then I have to wake up at 5 to make sure that, there's like a 2-hour nice little nap there, and then I quickly check that everything's fine, and then I go back to sleep, and then I wake up again at 9 to make sure that everything, and so I just don't sleep very much, and I keep forgetting to eat. It's a disaster over here. So today I was too tired, and I've only read 30 pages. So how is my reading going? Slightly sketchy right now. But I've noticed that we're at the 5:10 mark. That means it is time to issue our first challenge. What I'm going to ask, what challenge shall I issue first? I am going to ask that we all tweet the authors of the books we're currently reading for the BookTubeAthon. because I think that it would be really, really cool if all of these authors around the world suddenly got all these tweets about something called the BookTubeAthon, and they're not going to know what anyone's talking about. So right now, go to your Twitter. I'm going to do it too. I've got to partake in these challenges. So I am going to, let's all go to our Twitters. Everybody with me now. Grab your phones, grab your tablets. Go to Twitter. This is my phone. It's pink, and it has a rocket ship sticker on it. Thank you. Go to your Twitter and tweet the author that you're reading. So I'm going to tweet, Dear at Eileen. I don't know her Twitter handle, I just realized. Is it just her name? Eileen Cook. How do you spell Cook? Uh-oh. I don't know her Twitter handle. Oh, this is a crisis. Everybody, we're in crisis mode. What if they don't have Twitter? Okay, if they don't have Twitter, then you're exempt from the challenge. Okay, now I've just got to find her Twitter. Is this entertainment? This is absolutely not entertainment. If anybody knows her Twitter handle, please tweet it at me because that would be very helpful. Eileen, am I spelling it right? Yes. Cook, author, writer. I found her. I found her. Okay, perfect. Eileen. Dear Eileen, what shall I say? What shall I tell Eileen? Dear Eileen Writer, your book is, I accidentally put boon instead of book. Your book is really stressing out my little heart. Please let everything in the final act be okay. And then I'm going to put hashtag BookTubeAthon because that is the event that we are currently partaking in. Tweet. I tweeted it. I have successfully tweeted the challenge. If you would like to tag BookTubeAthon, that would be really cool too, because then I can see all the authors that we're tweeting. Let's see. Okay, now I'm going to see who you tweeted at. Oh, this is so cool. I love this. Reading Afterburn by Syl Day. Loving it so far. Hi, Victoria Aviard. I'm currently reading Glass Sword for the BookTubeAthon and enjoying it very much. Oh no. What if people are tweeting the authors and they don't like the books? Oh no, somebody commented in the thing, my author is dead, so this is a bit tricky. You're right, you can't, somebody else wrote, can't contact Alexander Dumas. Okay, for all the people who are reading classic authors, you're just gonna, you could just tweet them imaginary. You could just tweet, Dear Alexander Dumas, from the grave, I'd like you to know that I'm really enjoying your book. Can we have a hashtag for all these author tweets? Just hashtag BookTubeAthon. Let's just keep it real, keep it alive. Let's see, anybody else tweeting their authors? Sarah J. Moss, Airfire has me on edge. I want all my children to be okay. You feel me. You're just like me. You're just like me with this book. I need this book to get better. Please get better. It's not bad. I don't need it to get bad. I mean, like the plot needs to get safer because I feel very stressed in my heart. All right, it's time for another question. Leave me some questions. Somebody asked, what's the hardest part about planning the BookTubeAthon? The hardest part is that I do it all on my own. So because of that, I need to do like 7 different jobs at the same time, and they're all quite big jobs. And so while I'm doing one of them, I forget about the other ones, and then I'd finish that, and I'm like, yeah, I did something good, and then I realize the other 6 are on fire, and I need to quickly do them. So basically, I plan this for months ahead. I'm contacting sponsors, and that part is quite tricky because I'm trying to email these big companies and being like, hi, I run this event. Could you maybe give me stuff to give away to these people? It's about celebrating reading. You want to take part. So I'm really glad of all the cool sponsorships that we've had and everything. But for me, I think the hardest part is thinking up fun stuff to constantly be tweeting about. My goal is to have something on the Twitter at least every hour, like minimum once an hour there's a tweet. Usually there's more than one thing an hour, like 2 or 3 things every hour. And that's just me. That's just me sitting here and I'm like, okay, what should I tweet next? And sometimes I can't think of anything, so I'll just tweet hashtag BookTubeAthon. or I'll tweet a lot of emojis, or I'll tweet, but like the kinds of things I like tweeting are encouragements, like keep reading, keep flipping those pages, stuff like that, or asking questions, asking for photos, tweeting out polls, all that sort of fun. It's fun. It's really fun, but it's really tough to constantly every hour have a new inventive idea, something that's fun, something that I haven't tweeted before. And I mean, we're only on day 3, so I'm still like okay on ideas, but by day 5, I'm like, what can I tweet that I haven't tweeted yet? But overall, it's all fun. Oh, you know what's also hard? Having to do the daily video challenges for my own channel. So I'm like doing everything for the BookTubeAthon, but I'm also trying to make these videos for my own channel. So I have to film and edit and upload those all within a day. That's just a big challenge all on its own, let alone like all of the other stuff that's going on. More questions. How do you split time? Oh, by the way, the person who asked that, oh no, I lost your question. Don't hate me. Amicha256 asks, do you ever skim read when reading during the BookTubeAthon? And no, I do not. The only times I really skim read are when I'm not enjoying something and I want to get through it faster. So for example, in school, when I'm reading an article, it's not really skim reading, it's just fast reading. I just like get into a mode where I'm forcing myself to read very quickly, and to skim read. Of course, it's called skim reading, where you're going very quickly down the page, absorbing the information. Apparently, there's been studies done that show that like you don't need to, because the way a lot of people read is you read the word and you kind of say it in your brain. So it's like you're reading out loud, but in your brain. So it's faster because you don't actually have to vocalize the words. But you don't have to do that to take in information. Apparently you can just like look at the words and they'll make some sort of sense to you. So skim reading's legit. And there are people that can read, like there are people that read dozens of books a week because they're able to, or a month, because they're able to skim read so well. I do not possess that skill. I also just kind of find it stressful. I find skim reading kind of stressful because for me it's just about getting through the book instead of kind of enjoying it. And that's just me. If you skim read, good for you. It's probably working. You're probably reading more than I am. What's your favorite BookTubeAthon day this year? From Boogaboo Books. I don't know what you mean. Favorite BookTubeAthon day? Do you mean challenge? There's still really cool challenges coming up. I love the Instagram. That's another whole thing. I run the entire Instagram. So I love the Instagram challenges, are so cool. I'm so glad that I got to have really awesome bookstagrammers involved this year. It was I think that the Instagram is one of the coolest parts of the BookTubeAthon this year because it just looks so freaking cool. It's so beautiful. So I love that, but every single night I have to scroll through like 800 entries and try and find my favorite one. But there's really cool photos coming up still, good challenges. And then there's the YouTube challenges, which are great. One of my favorite things this year is also the author involvement. That's so cool. Is that not the coolest thing that we actually had like A.S. King on board, and we're gonna have 2 more authors there? That's an exclusive. We have 2 more coming every other day. So tomorrow there will be a new author, and then on Saturday there will be the final author, all giving little pep talk videos, and they're all really cool. So, What time is it? Ooh, I think I have time for one more question before we do our next challenge. I'm trying to find a question. This is the boring part where I try and find a question. What's your favorite new part of the BookTubeAthon this year? Whew. Like I just said, the authors and the Instagram, I think, are my favorite things. But it is officially 5:20 and it's time for our next challenge. I want to look at who else you guys tweeted. You tweeted at, where did you tweet? Who did you tweet? You tweeted at Kira Cass. You tweeted at, I saw other, Rainbow Rowell. I love that. Ooh, imagine if we could get Rainbow Rowell. That'd be amazing. All right, next up, I'm going to ask for a picture. I would like you to send me a picture of your bookshelves. That's right. Tweet at BookTubeAthon with a picture of your shelves. And this is the segment where I will now show off my shelves. Let's talk about my shelves for a little while. Do you have any questions about my shelves? Tweet them at me or put them in the little, I like this little live show. What is this called? Little comment section. I'd love, someone just said I don't have a bookshelf. Uh-oh. Just, Allie, spotlight, it's gonna be okay. Just tweet me a pile of books, however you keep your books. I don't have a bookshelf. But yes, just tweet me a picture of your bookshelves. These are my bookshelves. I used to have more. So let me talk about this because I don't think I've talked about it on my channel yet. I don't, it's just not relevant enough for me to mention. In a bookshelf tour that I did, like 2 years ago or something, I think it was 2 years ago, I had 3 bookshelves. I had this giant bookshelf, I had that bookshelf, and I had another bookshelf, which was also white and was tall, but was just like a normal bookshelf. These are square bookshelves. That was just like a strip, you know, the classic bookshelf. And I realized 2 things. Number 1, I didn't like having so much furniture in my bedroom. My bedroom just felt so cluttered. It felt so full, and I'm not going to call myself a minimalist because I can't. I'm not. But I did kind of reassess and realized I wanted less stuff and I wanted more room. So I decided to get rid of those 2 shelves and just keep this shelf. So I got rid of the other shelf, the tall one, and I now use that shelf as my closet. I got rid of so many clothes. So that's all of my clothes. So there's like there you go, the shirts that hang, and that's a YouTube pillow right there, Petunia. Gotta love Petunia. And then those are my shelves where I have all of my clothes. So I got rid of because I had a giant chest of drawers. I had another drawer thing that I put all of my clothes in. I had the other shelf. I had a vanity where I put all of my clothes in. And I just got rid of all of my clothes, all of my furniture. And now I just have 1 shelf for books, 1 shelf for clothes. And the second thing I realized was that I just wanted to get rid of a lot of my books. They just didn't mean that much to me. I didn't want to read them again, or I didn't ever want to read them, and I just realized that the way that I bought books has really changed. It's really slowed down. I still buy a lot of books, let's not lie here. Of course I do. But the proof is in the pudding. I just posted a book haul. But I just don't buy as many as I used to, so I just didn't need that many shelves. So now this is my shelf, and I love it. I like having just one place where I have all of these books, and I'm constantly refining it. It's currently a mess, which is sad. Which is sad because I'm showing it to you right now. It's a mess because of the BookTubeAthon, of course. Because of the Dominoes challenge, I had to put them all. I took basically all of the hardcovers were down, and a lot of the soft covers were down, and I just had to. And now I just basically just put them back in kind of no order. I just needed them off the floor because I kept tripping on them. There's still some on the floor. Can you see that little pile? I can't figure out. This is a thing. They used to all fit and now they don't. I don't know what happened. But if you've seen my bookshelf tour, then you're pretty well acquainted with my shelf. But if you haven't, or if you want a refresher, the top 2 sections are unread books. The bottom 2 sections are all read books. And the middle shelf is a mixture because it's 2 things. It's number 1, my favorite books. So that cubicle right there that's currently ding, 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 a giant mess is my favorite books shelf. And then beside it is George Orwell and Harry Potter, who are my other favorites. So those are all read. Well, I haven't read all my Orwell, so I lied. Then all of these are classics. So all of my classics are together. And they're mixed because I have read a lot of them, but I also haven't read a lot of them. So for example, those black ones right there, those are all my Jane Austens, and I've read 4 of the 6, but I wasn't going to break up the set. I wasn't going to put some of the Austens up and some of the Austens down. That's a tragedy. So I keep all of my classics together. The kind of newest shelf that's kind of cool is that one. And that one right there, that one, it's my poetry shelf. which is really cool. But now I want to look at your shelves. Do you want to look at my other shelf? That's jeans. That's t-shirts. I'm kidding. That is true, but I'm kidding. I want to look at your shelves. Oh, I'm so glad this is happening because they're so beautiful. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's see. What do we have? Maija sent me part of her bookshelves. Oh, she's got a Batman pop figurine. This is a thing. I love seeing the kind of extra stuff that people put on their shelves. So one of my recent additions, and I'll grab them because they are cool, are these amiibos. They are for Animal Crossing. Do any of you play Animal Crossing? I have a Nintendo 3DS. This is spiraling. I have a Nintendo 3DS on which I pretty much exclusively play Animal Crossing. That's the game that's currently on. I love Animal Crossing music so much. Anyway, I basically only play Animal Crossing on this. I have lots of other games, but this is my favorite game. And so these little guys, oh my god, they're so cute. I recently got, because they're for the Happy Homemaker game where you can you play with them. Oh, they're so cute. So they're like the newest addition to my shelf stuff. I don't have any pop figurines. My brother does, and they're really cool, but I don't have any. I have an owl. I have Bananagrams, which is a fun game. I have lots of toy cars, Hot Wheels, and other little knicks and knacks. My bells. I've had those bells for so long. What else? What else? People are tweeting me pictures. Tweet me pictures. Here we go. Ooh, Molly. Hello, Molly. She has such beautiful shelves. If you want to see a picture of cool shelves, go to @MollyReads, MOLLIE Reads. Oh, they're so pretty because they're like cast iron. They look like they belong on Instagram or like some sort of lifestyle magazine. What else do we have? I wonder if any of us are gonna have our dream of having a library one day. Do you know what I mean? Like looking at all these shelves, I imagine them all together. And what if we had a whole, because I feel like everybody dreams of having the library from Beauty and the Beast, stuff like that. But it's just not really like a common room in a house. You don't buy a house and you think, oh yes, the bedroom, the dining room, and the library. It's not like very common to see that. So I hope that some of us get to live that dream. Yeah. So let's keep scrolling. Let's look at. I hope you guys should go and scroll and look at these. Look at beautiful. This is funny. Jesse from A Chapter Ahead. Hey, it's Chapter Ahead again. Put just that her shelf, all of her books are in boxes. Oh, isn't that a crisis? Excuse me. Glitch in my throat. Let's see. Oh, I love looking at all of your photos. Everybody should go and look at them. Just look at mentions. Maybe I should make it easier for us with my next question. I'll tweet it, and then you can reply to that tweet, and then everyone can look at the replies. That'll be easier, right? It is 5:29. We're a moment away. I will sneak in one more question before we get in on our next challenge. Ask me a question. Leave it in the comments. Is this the last year of BookTubeAthon? Asks Sarah Will. Of course not. Every year I think of cooler things to add to it. I think we can all agree this is the coolest year of the BookTubeAthon so far, okay? The Instagram is beautiful. We have so many cool sponsors doing giveaways and things. And we have authors getting involved. There's so many cool things happening. Every year it's going to get better and better. This is definitely not the last year. I can't imagine a last year. I think this is my whole life now. All right, but it is now 5:30, and it's time. Is it time to do our next challenge? And excitingly, I'm going to do a giveaway. That's right. This is a BookTube exclusive, BookTubeAthon exclusive. We're doing a giveaway. So this is my book where I've written down the challenge ideas. Tweet me a picture of What should I pick? Your favorite book. I don't know why I said that in such a weird way. Yes, tweet me a picture of your favorite book. Hold on, I'm gonna tweet from the BookTubeAthon account, and you can reply to that tweet. Your favorite book, and this can be any book. And I know, listen, hold on a second. I know that it's impossible. It's absolutely impossible to just say your one favorite book. Maybe some of us have a favorite, but I know it's very hard to do. My Twitter's not loading for some reason. It's hard to just pick one. So just pick one of your favorites. Tweet me a picture of one of your favorite books. Tweet me a photo of one of your favorite books. And you know what? I'm going to up the ante. I'm going to make it a selfie. Tweet me a selfie of you. You have to watch my formatting errors here. Selfie of you and one of your all-time favorite books. A random winner will win a tote bag. Whoa! From @Lithograph. That's right. You can win a tote bag. The All right. Tweet that out. I will announce the winner at the end of the live show. So you have the rest of the live show, the next half hour-ish to enter. Exciting times, exciting times. But for now, let's get back to the questions. Ask me your questions. I think the easiest part, because we're using the Twitter for the challenges, I think the best part is to leave your question in the comments of this video, in that little chat that we're all having. Scrolling. Do you have a question? Let's see. Do we have to show our faces? People are asking. Do I have to do a selfie? Nah, it's okay. But I want to see you guys because you're seeing me and I don't get to see you guys. All right. I haven't read all. Favorite character. I don't know. Favorite character from what? My favorite character from Harry Potter is Luna Lovegood. I'll just tell you that. That's a favorite character. Do graphic novels count? Of course they do. Okay, this is one thing about the BookTubeAthon that I always think is funny. I announce every year, there's a video announcing the BookTubeAthon. And on that video, I always get, do graphic novels count? Do comic books count? Do audiobooks count? Do any number of things? Of course, they're all books. It's just about reading. There's no rules as to how you can read or what you can read. It's all literature. And if it's a book, then it counts. If it's a comic book, it's still a book. Graphic novel, it's a novel. It's a book. Audio book, it's a book. These are all books. So if you're reading in any capacity of the form of reading, then it counts. You know what? Honestly, if you want to read a magazine, that still counts. You're still reading. So of course it counts. Let's see. Questions about the BookTubeAthon. Let me know. What is the best thing that's come from creating the BookTubeAthon? From Nimmy M, who is a veteran from the BookTubeAthon. I remember watching your videos, Nimmy M. I think that the best part of it is just watching everyone come together. And it's cheesy. It's a cheesy answer. That is one heck of a cheesy answer. But it's honestly so true. Beforehand, I'm very lonely when I'm organizing it. Like, I don't mean that I'm lonely in real life. I just mean that the BookTubeAthon is like a very lonely thing because it's just me sending loads of emails, me editing lots of videos, me doing, like, preparing Instagram. So it's just all me. And I kind of forget. I'm like, oh God, nobody's even gonna participate. And then the actual BookTubeAthon happens and we all come together and it's just this huge burst of love for books and reading, and it makes me so happy. It makes me so happy. So that's the best part. It's just seeing us all come together to do something fun. When's the next BookTubeAthon? So that's a good question. Who was that from? That was from Universal. So I don't know. This is not like... So if this was like a super legit thing that was being run by a company, they would probably know. They could plan it out years in advance. But I'm the only one who runs this. So I don't know where I'm going to be a year from now. For example, I'm moving to London in August, so I can't run this in August, right? So the BookTubeAthon, it's a community event. I've really tried actively to not make it Ariel's event, right? Like, it's the BookTubeAthon. It's not the Ariel-athon. I do some of the Twitter sprints, but I have dozens of booktubers doing the Twitter sprints. The hosts on YouTube are loads of booktubers. On Instagram, they're all bookstagrammers. It's not me. This isn't like I run it, but it's for all of us. But all of that in mind, I am the one who has to be around for when it happens. So if I say, oh, it'll be next year this week, I can't say that, because what if I'm on a trip in Spain, or that's probably not going to be happening, but or I've got a job or something. Like, I just need to make it around my schedule, which is why I can only announce it like a month in advance. Because that's how far I can plan ahead in my life. We'll see. If this becomes bigger and more legit, maybe we'll be able to announce it earlier, but for now, I think it's okay. I think that is working good. So more questions. Gymnast Tara Reeds asks, how long do we have until winners are announced? So, on Instagram, the winners are announced every day, every night. I pick a winner, which is really fun. It's like before I go to bed, I'm in bed and I'm before I go to sleep, I'm scrolling through all of your beautiful photographs. I pick a winner and then I announce the new challenge. On YouTube, for the video challenges, we used to do it also every day, but then it became too overwhelming because every video challenge gets hundreds of entries, which is amazing. That's what we want. We want loads and loads of people to make the fun videos and participate, so it's great, but we had like 3 hours to watch 500 videos. It was impossible. So what I've changed it to be is that at the end of the BookTubeAthon, we'll have the BookTubeAthon Awards show. And that gives us all time to watch all of your entries, and then I make a video on Monday announcing all of those winners. If you're talking about today's winner of the tote bag, that's in half an hour or less now. I'll be announcing that at 6. Which author would you love to have speak for the BookTubeAthon? Asks Callie Marie. Well, I've got to say, A.S. King was a dream. So that worked out really well because she's like my favorite author, my favorite young adult author, George Orwell's favorite author, I guess. I don't know. We have another, I can't announce who's coming, but I have another one of my favorite authors doing it on Saturday, and it's true. Are you going to be excited? So that was another dream. So I actually feel really happy about who's participating, and the person who's on Thursday is great as well. So this is great. We got a dream lineup right now. But if I could have anybody, I would love to have Rainbow Rowell. I think that would be so cool. I love Rainbow Rowell's books so much. The only one, I've read all of her books except for Carry On, ding, 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 which I just bought like a few months ago. And life has been so hectic that I haven't gotten around to it. If it was smaller, I would have read it by now. But because it's big, it's quite chunky, and all of her books so far have been contemporary reads, and this one isn't. It's like fantasy, Harry Potter fan fiction. Because of that, I feel like I need to give it time and commitment, and so I haven't gotten around to it. But Rainbow Rowell right now, I think, would be a dream. That would be so cool. Who else? Can I think of anyone else? For now, I'm just going to say Rainbow Rowell because I really like her. So we'll see what I can do next show. Next year. And this one, Lucy G asks, when does this live show end? At 6. We have 20 minutes left. But that reminds me, it's 5:40 and it's time for our next challenge. Oh, let's open the book. I would like you to send me a photo of... Actually, I just talked about this, so it's very relevant. A picture of some books or a book from an author that you want a new book from. Because for me, That's Rainbow Rowell. I want a new, I know I have Carry On. I'm going to tweet this out so that you guys can reply to this tweet and send me photos. But I want a new book from Rainbow Rowell. I want a new contemporary from Rainbow Rowell. That's what I want. So let me tweet this out right here. Get onto the BookTubeAthon account. Okay, all right. Live show challenge. Tweet me a photo of some books by an author you want a new book from. Exclamation point. Tweet. All right. I'm excited to see who you guys pick. Another author I would pick is Stephanie Perkins. Stephanie Perkins wrote Anna and the French Kiss, which I adored. I was so obsessed with that book when it came out. And I've read it 2 times. And then she wrote Lola and the Boy Next Door, another excellent book. And then she wrote Island Happily Ever After, which I didn't like, but that's okay. And then she didn't write them, she edited anthologies by lots of young adult authors, which is a very cool project. I fully support the project. I think it's such a cool idea, the way that she did them. But I want a new book from Stephanie Perkins. And excitingly, one is coming out next year, 2017. So I don't have too long to wait, but I want it now. I want it now. If anyone's going to tell me they want a new book from J.K. Rowling, exciting that we're going to get one July 31st. I think it's interesting that they're like trying to make us feel as excited as we did for the Harry Potter books, because I don't feel that excited, because it's not like finding out the next book, like you just read the 4th book and you're like, what's gonna happen in the 5th book? It's a bit strange, right? Because it's a screenplay, and it seems like it's going to be quite a short, quick read, and it's about Harry's kids, so it's not about Harry, and it's kind of like, ooh, what is this even about? So I'm excited, but I'm not like crazy excited, because I just don't even know what it's about, because we just don't know what it's about, because we haven't read about these characters yet. All right, I want to look at some of your photos. John Green, somebody who tweeted me this. Kat from Cat Party 17 wants a new book so bad from John Green that she keeps buying multiple copies. That's so funny. She has 3 copies of The Fault in Our Stars. I agree. And so he is writing a book, right? He's mentioned in some of his videos that he's actively working on his new book. So that's going to be huge. I remember when The Fault in Our Stars came out. That was explosive. That was one of the biggest book releases I've ever experienced. Everyone was so excited for that book. And the whole publicity around getting a signed copy was so huge. Actually, it was funny because like the big deal was everybody wanted a green signature because it's John Green. So you'd want a green one. And I do happen to have, if I can flip to the page, ta-da! I have a green J Swiggle. What does he call them? Yes, because I made my dad go buy it for me because I had school the day the book came out, and I was like, I really don't want everyone to buy them, and so he dropped me off at school. Then he went and got the book, and then he brought it to me for lunch, and it was the best day ever. But yes, I agree. John Green, that's going to be an exciting release. I can't wait until she comes out with a new book, or he comes out with a new book. Who else do we have? Melissa from Mel K. Pickford agrees. Rainbow Rowell, absolutely. Who are we kidding? Oh, Bridget Klein just tweeted me a picture of the Night Circus, and I really agree. I legitimately 2 days ago was on Erin Morgenstern's website looking up when she was coming out with a new book. Where's my copy of the Night Circus? Here it is. I read this years and years ago, so long ago, and I loved it. I thought it was so freaking cool. What's really cool about this, you may or may not know, it's not a secret by any means. It's quite a well-known fact. But this was a NaNoWriMo novel. She wrote this during multiple NaNoWriMos. So she started it during one, and then the next year she continued it, and then the next year she changed it, made it better and stuff. So this is totally a NaNoWriMo novel, which I think is really cool. But this book exploded so much. It was very big. It's still very popular. but I realized that it came out like a long time ago. Let's look this up. When did this come out? 2011, and it's now 2016, so it's been 5 years since this came out. And I would love something new from Erin Morgenstern. I don't want a sequel. I just want a new book from her. I agree with you. That's a cool pick. Let's see, who else do we have? Hannah says from Bookworm and Reads says something new from Scott Westerfeld. That would be cool. I loved the Ugly series. They're actually on my favorite shelf. The Uglies is probably my favorite dystopian series, YA dystopian series. I've not read anything else by him though, because he had that new book that came out Afterworld, and I just wasn't really into it. Like I just never really, I don't know, I didn't get it. And then before that, he had Leviathan, which I tried reading and I couldn't get into. So I would love something else really cool from him. That would be neat. Please, looking for some new. I need more contemporary, says Jamie from Becoming Bookish. I agree. I love contemporary books. Oh, somebody tweeted me a Game of Thrones. George R.R. Martin. That's just our life struggle, right? Wanting a new George R.R. Martin book. All right, this has been really fun. I like this challenge. Let's see. I'd like more questions. Send me some questions. On the comments of this live show. Anybody? Send me a question. I'm just scrolling through them now. What's happening? Looking through the questions. What has been your favorite challenge idea since the first BookTubeAthon? Says Mero Diendo Entre Páginas. I think the Dominoes one. I love the Dominoes. But no, you know what? Maybe more than, no. I was going to say more than the Dominoes, but I just love the Dominoes challenge so much. I think it's such a fun, creative use of our books. But I like, just alongside that, I like anything that has to do with book construction. So I also really enjoyed the book tower challenge that we had last year. I think that was really fun, or maybe we've done it 2 years now, where you like try and build a sculpture out of books. And the reason I like that one is because then you get to watch them fall down. And like inevitably they will fall down because we want to build it higher. That's such a beautiful metaphor there. Like we want to build it higher, even knowing that will make it fall. But I love the book building ones. But this year we have some really cool challenges coming up. I love today's challenge. Guys, today's challenge is so good. I messaged Chantel, and I was like, hey, do you want to be a BookTubeAthon host? Because I love her channel. I think more people should be watching Chantel. She's fantastic. And she was like, yeah, I'd love to. Here's my idea for a challenge. What if everybody tried to like slip in as many book titles into a conversation as they could? And I was like, that's genius! That's brilliant! I love that one. But again, everybody's challenges coming up are going to be really fun. So we've got some good stuff to look forward to. Pachinga. Madison Miller asks, how did you get the idea for BookTubeAthon? Well, time for the origin story. Do we have time for the origin? Oh, we got a minute. I saw 4 years ago, I guess, because this is the 4th year of the BookTubeAthon. I saw loads of bloggers doing readathons. There was Dewey's 24-hour readathon, I think it was, and there was another one. I don't remember it now, but there was all of these bloggers doing readathons, and I got jealous because I was like, "That's so cool!" I've never been a book blogger, so I didn't feel like I could just join in on. I'm sure they would have welcomed me in if I wanted to start a blog just to do that, but I just didn't feel like that was my space. It was like a cool group of people doing a cool thing, and I was like, "Oh, that's so cool!" And then I started thinking, well, BookTube could totally do that. As far as I'm aware, and I could be wrong, so do not quote me on this, there wasn't another readathon on BookTube yet. Now we have loads, which is so cool. There's so many cool, like I know the Cramathon just happened, and what was the other one? Bibliothon? I think that one just happened. My parents are screaming about sports in the background. But there's so many cool readathons now, which I think is wonderful because readathons are so much fun, and now there's so many opportunities for people to take part in them. Yeah, but anyway, at that time, I didn't see any other readathons on BookTube. And so I thought that would be really fun. It would be a cool thing to make videos about. It would be kind of like a book tag. Everyone could make to-be-read videos and then a wrap-up at the end of it. And then I thought it'd be cool maybe if we did like Twitter sprints. That could be cool. These were all ideas at the time. And the Twitter sprints, I totally got that idea from NaNoWriMo, because at NaNoWriMo they do writing sprints, which are little like times when they're like, let's all write for 20 minutes about, and then they'll give you like a little prompt. So I thought we could do that for reading. So I just had all of these ideas and I thought this would be really fun. But I didn't think I could do it on my own. And I didn't want to do it on my own. I thought it'd be more fun to do it with a friend. So I contacted my friend Raylene, and I said, hey, Raylene, I have this cool idea. Do you want to do it with me? And she was like, yeah, that sounds so cool. So then we made it even cooler. Together we thought up not video challenges, because we didn't have video challenges the first year. Reading challenges. We thought up reading challenges, and we thought up like just all of these fun stuff. And we did it together, and it was so much fun. And yeah, and then ever since then, every year I just think of more ideas. This year I had the idea to do author pep talks, which I think is great, and to get bookstagrammers involved on the Instagram. But now it's 5:51 and it is time for our final challenge. Let's open the book, shall we? I would like you to send me a photo of, I'm trying to see which ones I've done. I should have checked these off. That would have been really helpful. Oh, send me a picture of a book that was a disappointment. Ooh. Doesn't have to be a disappointment that you read during the BookTubeAthon, just any time in your life. And I'm going to show you some of mine because I think that'll be fun. So I'm going to tweet this out. Let me just switch to the BookTubeAthon account. All right. Live show challenge. Something amazing must be happening with sports because I keep hearing my family. Tweet me a photo of a book that was a disappointment. Ooh. And I need a photo. I think I need an emoji. I think I need a disappointment emoji. Yeah, this is the one. That'll make the tweet. That'll make the kids think it's relevant. BookTubeAthon. And tweet. It's out. All right. So while you guys reply to that for a little while, I will show you some of my disappointments. Uh-oh. The number one book, I don't know where any of my books are now because of having destructed my shelves. Where is the book that I am looking for? There's one specific book. I think you all know what it is. It is Life of Pi. Oh, man. This is, can I bring you guys closer? You know, fix the angles. I need a cameraman. I need Steve. Do you guys remember Steve? Steve helped me out with the BookTubeAthon last year. He's never on camera because he might be imaginary. But Steve, can you fix this? Ooh, thank you, Steve. All right, so Life of Pi by Jan Martel. This book. Me and this book have a long history. There's a tiger on it. I feel like I'm staring into the face of adversity. Yeah, no, this, you know, it's funny because Margaret Atwood right here says Life of Pi is a terrific book. And but for a second, I thought it said terrible book. I was like, why would they choose that as a blurb? But Margaret Atwood, boy, do I agree. Yeah, basically I had to read this for school. It wasn't like a book that we all read together. It was in my last year of high school, and they all said, read a book by a Canadian author. And they gave us a list of like 50 books. And I saw Life of Pi on it. And I thought, you know what? I've heard great things about that book. I'll give it a shot. And I hated it. I found it so pretentious. Look, here's a bookmark. I found it really pretentious. I found it really just boring and bizarre. But that was 5 years ago. Oh my God, it's been so long since high school. Thank God, you know, let's not go back. What else has been a disappointment? It's funny because I've now gotten rid of, I'm laying down to kind of look down here. I've kind of gotten rid of most of my disappointing reads because I don't want to keep them because they just, I look at them and they're bad. This is one. Because it's a graphic novel, I've never actually heard anybody else talk about this before, so I'm not sure if this is like a thing that many of you will have heard of, but it's called Dawnland, and it's so beautiful. Want to know a funny thing, though? It had a sticker on it, because I bought it, I bought it and had a sticker on it, and when I tore the sticker off, a huge chunk of the cover just came right off, because this is like a very textured, it's not hard, it's a very textured book. And it just ripped off. And so if you can see, all of this tore off and I colored it in. I just went ahead, got my pencil crayons. I was like, that's fine, I can fix this. So I like tried to create gradients with it. And honestly, from afar, looks pretty legit. But yeah, I was really looking forward to this one because I love the cover. But I found it confusing and I didn't really like it. And can I think of one more disappointing read? I know that there's one back here that I read ages ago, super long time ago. It's not even relevant anymore. This book, I'm gonna dig this out. I have it behind other books because it's in a pile of books I'm going to give away. But this will be the last one I show you. Wither by Lauren DeStefano. This was huge. This book, this series was huge on BookTube when I first joined BookTube. So back in 2011 and 2012, this book was massive. Lauren DeStefano has come out with a few other things since, like the rest of the book and another book called Perfect Ruin, was it, I think? But I really didn't like this book. I found it, like, boring and kind of just not great. But let me now see what you guys have tweeted me. I'm interested to see. I bet you we will disagree on some, agree on some. Here we go, here we go, here we go. What are some disappointment? What are some... Oh! Someone tweeted me, "Since you've been gone" by Morgan Matson. I'm gonna not say your name just to keep you safe. I liked that book. I thought it was nice. Let's see. I'm scrolling. Okay, so someone sent me a photo of Passenger by Alexandra Bracken, which is, I haven't read that book, so I have nothing to say, but she put, and this is what I think is the most fascinating thing. Sarah Swan is the person who sent me this tweet. They wrote, this one wasn't, like, it didn't match the hype. And I think that's the problem. I think a lot of the time we read books that are majorly hyped, and we feel like we need to love them because everybody else did. And then if you just kind of find it like, then it's like it feels worse than it actually is because it just didn't meet the hype. Let's see. Do I see anybody else? You're sending me photos, but I can't. Oh! Someone said Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. And you know what? Who tweeted me this? Fiona from Read La Vida Loca. That's a funny name. I agree 100%. Okay? I read Hunger Games. Loved it. Catching Fire. Loved it even more. Mockingjay? Oh, such a disappointment. It took everything I loved from the first two novels and betrayed. It just betrayed everything. I'm not going to spoil anything, just in case, for some reason, somebody out there hasn't read the series. But I just felt like all of the things we knew and loved about the characters just didn't matter anymore. And all the stuff about exciting plot and exciting story was just kind of... But you know what? I've met people whose Mockingjay is their favorite book. So to each their own. That's the whole point of book reading, right? All right. So I only have a minute left. I'm going to see, do you guys have any more questions you're burning to ask me? Let's see. Someone wrote that mostly they didn't like how it ended. And I agree with that. I thought it was a pretty anticlimactic ending. Will there be any more live shows this week? I don't know. It really depends on what happens. I think not. I think that this was a once in a lifetime. I'm not kidding. I'm kidding. It's not a once in a lifetime. We will see how I'm feeling in a few days, if I am up to it. But this is really fun. So maybe I'll do this again. Maybe we will reconvene. You know what I liked most about this? That it was a surprise. So if there's another one, it's gonna be a surprise. And what is your favorite book to TV adaptation? This is so interesting. I never know if I should say like book to movie adaptation or book to movie adaptation. I always say adaptation, but I think you can use both. My favorite book to TV adaptation. It's probably Sherlock. You know, I realized that I don't watch. I haven't seen that many. I love Game of Thrones. I really love the show Game of Thrones, but I haven't read the book. To be fair, I haven't read Sherlock either. So who am I saying? What am I saying? I really love Game of Thrones, but I really, really love Sherlock. But I can't really think of many others. And it's funny because the moment I hang up on this live show, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, there's 7 other ones I love. But for now, I'll go with Game of Thrones and Sherlock. I don't know why I'm choosing to sing. Oh, and then somebody asked what I like to eat while I read. And this is funny because I think the other day I tweeted out a poll and I said, what do you guys like to eat while you read? And there was like fruit. I used emojis. So it was like fruit. I think there was fries and there was coffee. And then one of them said, too busy reading to eat. But I don't lie in any of those options. I just can't eat really while I'm reading because I find it like any kind of meal. If I'm eating a meal, that's hard. You can't eat a meal and read because then you've got a spoon or a fork. And what if there's a knife involved? You gotta like put it down. That just doesn't work for me. So then you gotta have a snack food. And I find that most snack food like leave some sort of residue on your hands. Like if you're eating chips or crisps, as the British say, if you're eating chips, then like your hands get salty. Or let alone if you're eating something like Doritos. I guess I could eat fruit, but I don't have like grapes. Because then I'm thinking, okay, well, what is strawberries? Well, strawberries you can't. They're really like you get red juice. Bananas you have to hold it. Like you have to hold the peel. How do you flip the pages? I just can't do it. All right, I have not mastered the art of eating and reading. However, I do sometimes have a nice cup of tea. I can balance that. So I cannot. I have to scroll through all of the people and pick a random winner for our tote bag from Lithographs. So I'm going to do that after. I'm going to hang up and then I'm going to do that and I will announce the winner on Twitter momentarily. In just a few moments, you will see the winner. So make sure to head over onto the Twitter and I will announce who won that just because I don't want to end the live show with me just scrolling through and trying to find a random. That's just going to be boring. So yes, make sure to check out the Twitter in a few moments and I will announce the winner of our giveaway that I announced half an hour ago. I hope that you guys had fun with this live show and most of all, friends, chums, I just really hope that you're having fun with the BookTubeAthon. It's so far, as far as I've seen, it seems to be going really well. Everyone seems to be having loads of fun and that makes me so happy to see that this crazy little thing that I try and organize is bringing so much joy and community and reading to everyone. So I hope that you guys are having fun with the BookTubeAthon. Thank you so much for joining me for the live show. We have 379 viewers now, which I feel is pretty decent. So yes, I hope that you had fun here and I will see you guys later. Okay, bye.